Love is one of the most powerful emotions in the world. It has the ability to uplift, heal, and transform lives in ways nothing else can. However, love should never be forced, begged for, or earned through desperation. The very essence of love is that it is freely given, not something that needs to be fought for at the expense of one's dignity. Yet, so many people find themselves in situations where they feel they must plead, chase, or lower their self-worth just to be loved. This is not love. It is an illusion, a painful cycle of emotional turmoil that only leads to self-destruction. To beg for love is to deny oneself the respect and value one truly deserves. When someone begs to be loved, they place themselves in a vulnerable position where their happiness depends entirely on another person's validation. This is a dangerous path to walk, as it takes away self-respect and fosters a belief that love must be earned through suffering, patience, and proving one's worth. But love, in its purest form, is never a transaction. It does not require someone to constantly prove that they are enough. The right person will never make you feel like you have to beg for their affection. Real love is reciprocal. It is a two-way street where both individuals give and receive without keeping score. When someone truly loves you, they will make you feel valued, cherished, and appreciated without conditions. They will not make you question your worth or leave you feeling emotionally exhausted from constantly seeking their approval. If someone cannot see your value, it is not your duty to convince them. Your worth does not diminish because someone else fails to recognize it. Unfortunately, many people fall into the trap of seeking love from those who do not reciprocate their feelings. This could stem from childhood experiences, societal conditioning, or personal insecurities. Some grow up believing that love is something that must be fought for, that affection is earned through sacrifice, and that rejection means they must try harder. But this is a flawed perspective. Love is not a reward given to those who endure pain, nor is it something one has to qualify for. The right person will love you for who you are, not for what you do for them. When someone begs for love, they place the other person on a pedestal, making them the sole source of their happiness. This creates an unhealthy power dynamic, where one person holds control while the other constantly struggles to prove their worth. The reality is, no one should have that much power over your emotional well-being. True fulfillment comes from within, from self-love and self-respect. A person who loves themselves will never accept a relationship where they are not valued. It is also important to recognize that a relationship built on begging is unsustainable. Even if someone momentarily gives in and offers affection out of guilt or obligation, it will never be genuine. Love cannot be forced, and even if it seems to work for a while, it will eventually crumble under the weight of insincerity. The pain of realizing that someone is only with you out of convenience or pity is far greater than walking away from a one-sided relationship. The truth is, real love feels effortless. It does not require constant persuasion or emotional bargaining. When love is true, it is given freely, wholeheartedly, and without hesitation. It is not something one needs to chase. It is something that naturally flows when two people connect on a deep and mutual level. If someone is unable to love you the way you deserve, the best thing you can do is let them go. Holding on to someone who does not truly want to be with you only delays the arrival of someone who will love you fully and unconditionally. Letting go of the need to beg for love requires inner strength and self-awareness. It means understanding that rejection is not a reflection of one's worth, but rather a redirection towards something better. It means believing that love should enhance life, not drain it. It requires the courage to walk away from anything that diminishes self-respect, no matter how much one may care for the other person. Self-love is the key to breaking free from the cycle of seeking external validation. When a person loves and values themselves, they do not settle for less than they deserve. They do not tolerate being treated as an option or an afterthought. Instead, they surround themselves with people who uplift and appreciate them. Self-love means setting boundaries, knowing when to walk away, and refusing to settle for anything that does not align with one's worth. Many people fear walking away because they believe they will never find love again, but this is a misconception born out of insecurity and fear of loneliness. The right love will always come at the right time, but only when one is willing to let go of the wrong love. It is far better to be alone and at peace than to be in a relationship where one is constantly questioning their value. In life, love should be a beautiful experience, not a battle for validation. It should bring joy, not suffering. It should be a source of strength, not weakness. If love requires begging, it is not love, it is emotional dependency. True love will never make a person feel small, inadequate, or unworthy. Instead, it will uplift, empower, and nurture growth. It is time to break free from the chains of seeking love in the wrong places. It is time to embrace self-love, self-respect, and the unwavering belief that one is deserving of a love that does not require pleading. The person who truly loves you will never make you beg for their affection. They will choose you every single day without hesitation. Until that love comes, be content with your own company, nurture your self-worth, and trust that what is meant for you will never need to be forced. In the end, love should never feel like a struggle. It should never require losing oneself in the process of gaining another's affection. The greatest love story begins with loving oneself first, and when that love is strong enough, the right person will recognize it and cherish it without you ever having to beg.